Well, hello to all of my sunflower and diamond friends. How how is everyone? I am doing well, thank you. And by the way, I'm Jackie Williams and I live in Kansas. So, yes, it is a chilly morning this morning. 39 degrees, feels like 30, and the wind's at 16. It's come down and from the north. So yeah, it's a cold morning, but that's okay. So let me bring you down. Oh, I have so much to tell you guys. I don't even know where to start. Oh, yes, I do. First, very important, we start with the prayer card. Today's prayer: if you know me, keep my commands. John 14:15. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. So, yep. Now we have that part done. Oh, I have to show you. I did my nails for my Christmas party last week because my top was a green sweater and it really matched. They're doing pretty good. They're getting just a little. If I can get through tomorrow, because we have my husband's Christmas party, and yep, I'm wearing the same outfit. Didn't buy extra. All right, so let's move this down. Oh, and maybe I'll just show it to you now. Yes, I did. When this said it was back in stock, I did it. I bought this one. I thought it was gorgeous. It is called American Anthem by James A. Meeker. It says MHS licensing. It's a 33 inch by 22 inch, 84 centimeters by 56 centimeters, and it is a square. This is a different box. It looks like it's gonna slide out, so it must be, I don't know, maybe an older version. I don't know, because the boxes usually aren't like that. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Okay, this has 43 colors, including 4 ABs. Total diamonds is 73,372. So yeah, I don't know why, but when I seen that it was available back in stock, it's like, I'm getting you. So yep. All right. Now we can, let me get a drink of water. Let me say, but I don't know what I'm going to say. Hold on here. Got to get my feet situated, and let me move you down. You don't want to watch me. You want to watch me diamond paint. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be better. Okay, so anyway, sorry, I gotta take my glasses off. I haven't been able to work on this a whole lot. It's just, I don't, it's not that I don't want to, it's just some things just take place that you can't do it when you want to. Okay, I have a diamond here that he's kind of sticking out. I don't know why. Gotta push him down in there. Okay, much better. I don't know why, but when I've been diamond painting, I've just been going across. And it's like, Jackie, you gotta do your checkerboard because it works out better. But for some reason, my brain, I don't know where it's at. Okay, this is C. So yeah, anyway, so let's see. Since I didn't do a whip and chat last weekend, I got to do it this weekend, but there's so much I want to tell you, and I don't know where to begin. Oh, now where is my... Okay, hold on, guys. I apologize. I left my diamond painting pen. I had charged it. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to charge it, and where I charge it is over in the dining room. Don't ask. It's just what I do. Okay, so let's try this again. So, yep, last weekend, my husband had to go to Hayes to take care of his paycheck before we went to Garden City for our Christmas party. And we kind of went down early because we wanted to look around at their stores down there. And before he even went to Hayes, it was cold enough that it was raining, so it kind of was icy. So we had to, I said, well, you go to Hayes and do what you need to. When you come home, then we can decide what we want to do. If we need to wait or what. I said, because the Christmas party don't start till in the evening. It's just, like I said, we just want to go down to go shopping, and look around. So, anyway, he goes to Hayes, he comes back home, he says, oh, it's not bad. He said, we can go. I said, okay. So we went ahead and we left, and I kid you not, we get on I-70, and we was headed west, but we had to go across like a bridge, and that thing must have had some black ice because we started swerving. He took his time. He controlled it and everything, but it was like, whoa, we was not expecting that at all. It's like, oh my goodness. So yeah, but we did okay. We went all the way to Oakley, and then we went south, and then we kind of, I even say, you ended up on pretty much right into Garden City, so it wasn't a bad drive. It was really nice, because once we got going out of Oakley, actually, the weather was just cold. Wasn't all that bad, put it that way. So, yep. And so we went to some stores and everything. And, well, the first store we went to is called Crazy House. It's a farm, ranch, feed store, to carry things for farmers, which is okay. And my husband was wanting to look for some new work boots, but he didn't find anything that he liked. He's pretty picky. Oh, I just got thinking he needs to pick up. He ended up ordering a pair of boots from the store in Hayes. I gotta remind him he needs to go get them. Anyway, so we did that, and went to other stores. We found our hotel, which was really easy. Well, when we went to a few of the other stores, oops, I'm not paying attention here. Hold on, guys. This is this. And I think this is the one I need. Yep. Anyway, we went into Burlington Coat Factory. They have a store there. It was okay. It was kind of messy, which, it's understandable. It's Christmas. People decide they don't want things, they just throw back. They don't care. Anyway, then we went into Kohl's. That was okay, but everybody must have been testing out the perfumes and colognes, because I'm sorry, That stuff stinks to me. And no, I do not wear any cologne or perfume. I wear essential oils because the other stuff gives me a headache. Anyway, and then we go into Ross's. Oh my word, that was awful. Awful. There was a tremendous long line of people waiting to be checked out. It was so packed in there. We walked around, but it was like, I didn't even want to, once we walked in the door, I was ready to go. But my husband said, no, I want to go walk around. And I think finally, by the time we made to the back of the store, he felt the same way. He was like, yeah, let's just go. So we did. And it's like, ugh. Then we got out, and then we went to look for where the Christmas party was going to be. It was called the Refinery Event Center. So, and we found it, and it was really nice. And then he wanted to put gas in his pickup so we didn't have to worry about it on Sunday morning, which was fine. And then, we ended up, went back to the hotel, and then it was pretty much time to get ready to go to the Christmas party. So yeah, and it was a real nice Christmas party. There were quite a few people. There was only a few from the branch there in Hayes. It was me, another lady, and then the ones who work in the mortgage department, and that's downtown in Hayes. Anyway, and then when we got there, I had to go and check in to let them know I was there. And then they told us we could pick an envelope. They had a basket, and you could choose an envelope. And they said, don't open it until we tell you to. And I said, okay. So we go in, we sit down, we found somebody that we knew. And then the other lady, her and her daughter came. So we had a good time. The food was pretty good. They had brisket or roast beef, and then ham, carrots, green beans, a roll, a salad, baked potato. So yeah, it was all good. And then there were desserts, and those were good too. As if they aren't going to be, It's a dessert. Desserts are good. So yeah. Anyway. And then when it came time, I opened my envelope when they said you could open your envelope. And I had a lottery ticket in mind, which is fine. But I don't play those scratch lottery tickets, so I handed it to my husband. I said, here. I said, play it. And so he did, and he goes, you didn't win. I said, okay, no big deal. And we stayed until about 9 o'clock, and then we left. It was like, okay, I'm tired. I'm ready to go. So, yep. And then Sunday morning, I can't remember what time was it 8 or 9 that we didn't really leave Garden City yet. We went and ate at a restaurant. It was called Black Bear Diner, and that was pretty good food, let me tell you. So if you ever come to Kansas, and if you're down in Garden City, check out the Black Bear Diner. It's pretty, like I said, it was pretty good food. I got biscuits and gravy. My husband got French toast. The biscuits and gravy was over the top. I mean, it was a lot. I only ate so much of it, and I brought the rest home. Because it's like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to eat all that. And then that's when pretty much we decided to leave and come back home. So we did. And then we got home. We brought all our stuff in, put things away. Then he decided he had to go to Hayes because he needed, I think, bananas and milk. So that's what we did. And that's when my husband ordered his shoes from the one shoe store that we have. And then we came home. So then the rest of the week was pretty decent in weather until Thursday. Oh my goodness. Thursday was our cold and windy day. Let me tell you. They had red flag warnings, which means you had to be careful for fires. And I did hear there were some out there, but luckily, no, Ellis County had some, but I think there were more north, and then the county over to the east, Russell, they had some. So yeah. And then yesterday wasn't too bad. Today it's only supposed to get 47. And it is kind of windy out there now. So, yep. Okay. And then, let's see, today I'm going to Hayes. I'm taking my youngest sister out for her birthday. She's a Christmas Eve day baby. So, that's usually what I try to do. I take her out for her birthday. So, the last I knew, this is what she wanted to do. There's a restaurant called Cattleman's, and she wants to go there to have lunch, which is fine. So, that's what we'll be doing. And then Thursday, we have a family group text, and our other sister wanted to know what everybody was bringing for Christmas. I don't know what, no, I do know what the meat is. It's fried chicken. And so everybody was saying, and I didn't say nothing because I wanted to make sure. And I said, well, if you need I can't talk. If you need the dessert, I will go ahead and do it. And my sister said yes, I could bring the dessert. Well, my youngest sister, the one whose birthday is on the 24th, she likes cheesecake. She's always had cheesecake for her birthday, which is fine because we all like cheesecake. Anyway, I sent her a message and I said, so what kind of cheesecake do you want made for your day? And so she says, I'll send you the link. I'll send it email to you. And I said, okay, fine. So she did. And it is a pecan cheesecake. Looks yummy. So, since she's going to be with me today, we're going to go to Dylan's. And I'm going to have her help me buy the stuff that I need to make this. And then, probably Tuesday evening, I'm going to have to make it. Because I don't know, even though we work until Wednesday at 1, I want to have it done because we're going to my husband's aunt and uncle's house on Christmas Eve day. I don't know when, but I won't have time in the evening to make it on Wednesday. So, whoops, my diamond keeps sliding away. So, yep, I'm going to make that. And I think I may... Okay, now why did you just do that? Seriously? These diamonds jumped up. I guess they don't want to stick. I think I'll do 2 of those desserts. That way I can take one to his aunt and uncle's. And his aunt's supposed to call me. I don't know when. She says, I'll call you that week of and we can talk. So when she does, I'm going to tell her the only way I'm going to come and see you is you let me bring the dessert. So I think she'll agree to that. So, yep. And if I think about it, I'll see. Because it'll have to be, like I said, Tuesday evening that I have to make both of them. Oh, dear. May be biting off more than I can chew, but we'll see. Okay, why are these diamonds all the way over to here? Maybe. Well, I'll see if I can share the recipe on my YouTube page. Oh, I gotta make sure my timer's still going. Okay, it is. Sorry. Like I said, it looks pretty good. Instead of making it as a round cheesecake, I think I'm gonna make it so it's in a 9x13 pan. Because I said, do you want it as a round cheesecake or do you care if I make cheesecake bars? And she says, surprise me. So then I sent back a message. Surprise, surprise, it's going to be bars. So, thought, to me, that'll be easier for me. So, yeah. Okay. And I wanted to share, well, maybe, come on, some trivia with you guys. Okay, safety in the home. It says, home sweet home, think again. The home is one of the most dangerous places known to humankind, with all kinds of dangers lurking in the most unexpected places. Some humans are more accident prone than others, or else they're just more likely to go to the hospital with their injuries. Here are some of the objects that lead to hospital admissions every year in the UK. Okay, this is interesting. UK. If you're feeling accident prone, sit on the floor. Some 7,000 people are admitted to the hospital after falling off of chairs. That's a lot of people. Whatever you do, don't dust your bread box. Dustpans can cause some 150 injuries a year and bread boxes about 100. So the combination could be lethal. Okay, I don't know why you would want to use a dustpan on your bread box. Each year, hundreds of people swallow their false teeth. Okay, I don't know. Do we really want to know that about that? I mean, I can see one, but your whole set of dentures, you swallow them? Oh my goodness. Okay. If you're doing a bit of yard work, don't stop for a cup of coffee. Hot drinks cause 3 times as many accidents as lawnmowers. All right. Smoking in bed is safer than gardening. Contact with sharp plants causes 10 times as many accidents as ignition or melting of pajamas. Okay, why would you want to smoke in bed? I'm sorry. I know there's some people who smoke. I'm not, you do what you want, but I just don't get it. Beanbags, not sharp enough for chopping lamb, but they're involved in more accidents than meat cleavers. Okay. Um, any of you, if you're from the UK, maybe weigh in on this? This sounds, I don't know. Tea cozies may look as harmless as a woolen hat, but watch out, they cause about 40 hospital admissions a year. Okay. Don't drop your guard while putting your clothes on. Some 16,000 people injured themselves putting on pants, socks, or tights. Now that I can see because some people, they stand to put those things on. You need to sit on your bed to pull your pants, your tights, even pantyhose on. I'm just saying. It's safer to order in food preparation. It's safer to order in. Food preparation causes more than 60,000 injuries a year. And don't even think about frozen meals. Some 2,000 of those food prep injuries happen to people trying to separate items frozen together. Well, that I could see. The perfect excuse for leaving your clothes in a pile on the floor. More than 3,000 people are hospitalized each year after falling over laundry baskets. But you might have to give up on some conveniences. Almost exactly the same numbers admitted to the hospital after canned corned beef incidents. I don't remember where I found these, but I don't know. Cut yourself shaving, don't use a cotton swab. They cause 2.5 times more injuries than razor blades. Okay. And the last is the Texas Magazine Massacre. Glossy magazines cause 4 times as many accidents as chainsaws. Okay. I mean, I can see because, you get paper cuts, but bad enough that you have to go to the emergency room? Okay. I say that's done for now. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. All right, is everyone ready for Christmas? I hope you are. I don't buy Christmas gifts anymore. One, because my family, they have everything they could ever want. And if they need something, they just go get it. I just love the idea that we get together and we just spend time with each other. Now, maybe this year we're going to play some games. We'll see how that goes. We're not a game family. I guess we don't like to lose. I don't know. We're just not big into games. But Mom wants to play games, which is understandable because other times, well, Dad is mainly the biggest one. After he eats, he goes and sits on a chair and he's snoring away. It's like, okay, Dad. But it don't take much. I mean, he's 81. He's done everything. He's just tired. He's gonna sleep. He worked in the oil field patch. I think it was 13 years, if I remember correctly. So that means he was up early. He arrived home late at night. He was out of town a lot. And so, yeah, I can understand why he goes and takes a nap. I mean, I'm okay with it. But we're going to see. Like I said, Mom said she wants to play games. So we'll see how all that goes. And what type of a game she wants to play. That's the only thing. When she works at a thrift store, she finds these games and then she wants to play them. But then, like I said, we're having fried chicken. And it's like, okay, Mom, when are we going to play a game? You're going to fry chicken, I'm sure, that morning. of, and by the time we all get there and everything, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, if I haven't told you, my dad worked in the oil field patch, and he drove truck. So they would move the big oil rigs from one place to another place. Like I said, 13 years, so I don't know exactly when he would have started, but he did it until right before I graduated from high school. So yeah. Well, that's what he did to make a living for us. I mean, we didn't like it a lot because he was out of town quite a bit. And when I mean out of town, I mean because they were holding these rigs around almost, not the whole state, but not the whole state, the whole U.S. That's how I want to say it. Because he would go to Nebraska, Colorado, Oklahoma, Texas. I can't remember, but maybe South Dakota. I think one time he was in Wyoming. So yeah, that's why I mean he was, when I say he was out of town. He was out of town. There was no way he'd be back home the same night. So that's just how it was. And we knew that was that's how he provided for us and everything. So okay, 8:38. Oh, okay. Never mind. My brain is somewhere else. Okay, this pen I love, but sometimes it doesn't want to suck up the diamonds. I don't know why. Oops. Okay. What are we doing here? Okay. Then there were times he would bring his truck home. The thing was huge. And we would get to help him clean it out. Oh my gosh, we thought that was fun. Don't ask me why, but we did. So yeah, we help him clean his truck out. And then, well, when he was working, he worked for R.C. Williams, and they were over in Russell. That's where their main, well, I won't say that was their main office, but there was one of their branch offices. I think the main was Hayes, because Hayes had one, Russell had one, Pratt had one. Oh my goodness, there were several. Anyway, so we would get to take turns, because when Dad would have to take his truck back to Russell, we would get to take turns driving with Dad in the truck. Oh my gosh, we thought that was so much fun. And then, once we got to Russell, then, his pickup would be there. So then we would just, pile into the pickup and get to come home. But yeah, we thought being in his truck was the coolest thing ever. And we never did it, but we was going to put a collage together of Dad's trucks that he's had. Mom was going to do it, but I don't know why we never did. And the last one that he had, if I remember correctly, the truck number was 224. That was a nice looking truck, let me tell you. He finally earned a new truck for himself. So, yep, that was a pretty truck. It was brand new. So that means their colors were red and yellow. So the truck was red, and the lettering on it, which means like R.C. Williams, that was in yellow. So, yep. It's pretty cool. And every evening, pretty much around 9 o'clock, he'd have to call in to work to see what, where he was going to next. And, if he was going out of town, that way he had to find out where he was going. One time he would have to get up to get going and everything, so. Whoops. Almost gonna lay down the wrong drills. Okay, why do you guys, when you go lay down, you go cattywanka? Okay, stop. It's like you gotta talk like these are your pets. Like, don't do that. I didn't tell you to do that. Did I? Oh, I can't think. I've been watching some different things on YouTube. There's a guy, he has a ranch down in Texas, and it's called Hot Mess Ranch, I think. Anyway, I like watching him. He has goats, he has cows, he has horses, and everything. And one of the cows, her name is Rita. She's going to be having a baby soon. He said it's coming down to the time. So it'll be interesting to see. And I just watched one earlier this morning, and the horses were running. He said, "Horses, why are you running?" He says, "Well, you tend to treat them like your kids. They're running, so you want to know why they're running, because if they fall, they hurt themselves," which is understandable. Then he goes, "Wait a minute, is Big Rita down yonder maybe having her baby calf?" So he looks, he said, "Nope, I don't see Big Rita anywhere." So then he talks to his one horse, and it's a boy horse, and it's Makey. And he goes, "Makey, why are you running? Tell me." And that horse looked down like, "I'm not going to tell you what's going on. You're crazy, man." And then someone put in the comments, the horses just had gotten some zoomies. They needed to run and everything. So it's like, yep. They just wanted to run. There's no reason to their thinking, I guess. So then I follow another lady. She has I'd say a ranch too. And her cows are going to get ready to have baby calves. So it's going to be fun to watch. And she has goats. She has many horses. She has many cows. I mean, she's got it all. And I think she's in Tennessee. So sounds like it'd be pretty fun when those babies start coming. So if it's something you'd be interested in, I'll see if I can remember to put it in my description. And that way you can check them out. It's pretty good. I just can't believe that in what? Let me count here. Hold on. This diamond keeps moving on me. Let's see. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 5 days and it's Christmas. Can you guys even believe it? I don't know where this whole year went to, really. It's like, Oh my goodness. Whoops, this isn't the right one. I guess you can say I can't chew gum and walk down the street at the same time. I'm having trouble staying focused here with these drills. So, yesterday I had gotten, it came Thursday. It was an email from ArtDot, and I seen they wanted me to take a survey about pens. So I did, because I guess they came out with a cordless pen. Looks really nice. So ArtDot, I don't know if anybody listens to this. If you want, you can send me a pen. I'd be more than happy to tell you what I think of it. Like I said, this one's okay, but I just wish it would have just, I think, a little bit more suction. I think it needs it. But then again, I could be wrong. Okay, 838. And how do I know I think it needs more suction? Because sometimes I can't get the diamonds to really stick to the pen. See, like right now it's stuck, which is okay. But like I said, sometimes I just don't want to stick, and I don't know why. Okay, the letter C. Oh, I went up to our Hobby Lobby. It would have been Wednesday because Thursday I had a 2-hour lunch and I did other things. So yeah, it was Wednesday. I went up to Hobby Lobby, which is fine. And let's see, I did buy something. They had a cozy, to me it's cozy, but this real soft pants, and it had Snoopy on it, so that's why I bought it. Oh, and then I have it on my new shirt. So yeah. Anyway, so since I was up there, I kind of looked around, and then I went and checked out. And everything there on Christmas was 60% off, which is pretty good, I think. And when I was looking, I kind of went towards the back where I knew the diamond paintings were. And in the middle, they had their, what you call, how do you want to say it? Their line, their brand name, Springtime is it? Of some diamond paintings. So it's like, yay, they're going to have some. And I know there's some people who say they really, I mean, I had bought some last year, but they just haven't done them yet. Anyway, some of them are, mounted on the board and everything, which is fine, but they say then they can't really see, or it makes it hard to diamond paint on them. I don't know. Which I'm sure everybody has their own way of doing things. So yeah. Well, anyway, I was checking out, and I just happened to look, I don't know, off to the side, and I happened to see my aunt. And I didn't holler out because I didn't know if she would hear me. And after I got back to work, I sent her a message. I said, I seen you in a Hobby Lobby. She says, are you still here? I said, no, I'm back to work, unfortunately. And I told her, I said, go check out the diamond paintings, because when I took mine over and I was telling, explaining diamond painting and everything, she decided she was going to look into it and do it. And so I thought, oh, cool. And she did one of those tumblers that had a sunflower on. And then she said, I think she also did a sunflower one. Because I know Hobby Lobby, their springtime, you know, they have a sunflower one. Okay, come on. I gotta pick up a different one if you don't want to do it. So, yeah, and she sent him, she says, I'll send you a message if I pick anything up. I said, okay. Well, she sent a message and she said, I didn't like anything. I was like, okay. I was like, I thought they were all cute because there were some cows, there were a couple of horses, you know. If you've been in the Hobby Lobby, you know what they look like. It's like, okay. But I know she's been buying some off of Amazon, so that's okay. She said she's not going to try to tackle a big one. I said, that's okay. You do what you want. I don't care. I said, this is what I want to do. So, yep. Oh, and I wanted to mention, if any of you know a veteran, okay? I think, let me make sure I say it right. Crafty, where are you? Where's my paper? Okay, come out. Crafty Chef Diamond. If I remember, she said her husband is a veteran. And I know Star's husband, Fred/Wolf, is a veteran. If you guys did not know, the VFW has a VFW podcast. And they just go on, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Spotify. If you go on YouTube, you just see them, they're sitting there and they're talking. If you go to Spotify, you can just listen to it. Anyway, if you, like I said, so if you are a veteran or if you know of somebody who is a veteran, have them listen to this VFW podcast, okay? And the reason why, I just laid down the wrong drill here. Hold on. Why did I do that? Because I'm not paying attention. That's why. Nope, that one's right. Okay. Anyway, listen to it because they share different things about the VFW. And if you don't know what the VFW is, it's the Veterans of Foreign Wars. They've been around since, I can't remember, but it's 126, they're 126 years old already, okay? So they've been around a long time. Anyway, they share different topics, and the podcast came out yesterday, so I listened to it today, and they were talking about VA benefits that veterans are entitled to. And they're also talking about AI. And I don't know all about AI, but, you know, whoever created AI, I would say kudos to you, but yet not kudos. One, because AI is good, but yet then there are people who use it for the bad. So for the bad with the AI and VA is they're doing it bad. Which is not good. And I know people are out there, they do all this scamming and that. I'm sorry. If you guys would just go get a job, there's plenty of jobs out there. I know you don't want to. You rather sit and scam other people. I know. This is my opinion. So if you got anything to say, you can say it in the comments, but just know this is how I feel. These poor veterans served their time. They protected our country. They protected us. And then I am sorry we got these flipping fools out there who scam even older people, regular people, the veterans. I'm sorry. You guys just need to get off of your lazy behinds and go get a job. I know it's probably not nice, but I don't care. I'm tired of it. Our veterans worked so hard. If you watch these podcasts, trying to think, um, it's a contract. They have a title for it. Anyway, when a man or lady, decides they want to go and serve their country, they sign this contract. Honor the contract. I knew it would come to me. That's what it's called. Honor the contract. Okay. Like Fred or Crafty Chef or even my dad, they decided they wanted to serve their country. So they go, they fill out all this paperwork, and they sign their name. So that was their contract to the government that they would protect and serve our country. Now you come back, and these older ones that are out of the service, they're entitled to their VA benefits. But then we got these fools. I'm sorry, I'm just going to put it out there. We got these fools who who think they need to steal from other people. And that is so, so wrong. Why don't you go and join the Army, the Navy, the Marines, whatever branches there are, and this would help you to realize that our veterans mean a lot to us. I don't know how some of you feel, but they mean a lot to me. They put their life on the line to protect us and everything. And then, like I said, we've got people who got a scam. I know, it's my rant, but it's mine. And it just gets my goat every time. So that's why I listen to the podcast, because I've learned so much already. And then this past weekend, they had the Army-Navy game. And I guess the Army-Navy game has been around just as long as the VFW. So it's been around 126 years. Like, how I can't, I maybe flip-flop it. Either the Army-Navy game got started first and then the VFW, or the VFW then the Army-Navy game. It was one of the others. But anyway, and I guess there were only 2 times they did not play the Army-Navy football game. The first time was in World War One, and then I don't think he ever said. He said during World War II, I guess there was like I won't say a fight, but a big something going on, and Grover Cleveland said no, it's not going to happen anymore. And then when Roosevelt, Teddy, one of the Roosevelts, when he came in office, he had it so they would start playing football again. So yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. And then if you want somebody else to follow on Instagram. I don't know if he's on YouTube. I follow him on Instagram. His name is Patriotic Kenny. He's a veteran, and he served in World War II. And oh my gosh, he is so much. Oh, he's just so fun to watch. So, Patriotic Kenny. Kenny. Okay. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. So, that's kind of my rant. But if you know a veteran, please have them listen to the VFW post. And if you do know a veteran, and if he's not getting his benefits or he doesn't know how to do this, they said to have them contact their local VFW and they can help them. The guy who hosts the podcast, his name is Rob Couture. His co-host is Brittany Diamond Murphy. So Rob is in Washington, Brittany's in New Jersey, but she came down for the Army-Navy game. She's Navy, he's Army, so they had a little thing going. But towards the end of that podcast, so then if you're on YouTube, you'll see it, they had inserted a little video clip of them, they didn't show the game, but the tailgating part of it. So they said, a very, very good turnout. And I don't know if it was at the game or if it was at something else, but they have like a round table panel discussion. So it was Rob and 3 other people. And the one guy, I don't know if it, like I said, I don't know if it was at the Army-Navy game or if it was something before that he was at. They signed up 2 individuals to become VFW members. So they were so excited that happened. I thought that was awesome. So yeah. Okay, now I just did something. I don't know what I did. I think it's over here. Yep. So anyway, that's my rant. I apologize, but sometimes you just gotta say certain things. It just aggravates me if you can, listen to the past podcasts they've had where, okay, Jackie needs to do something different here. Oh, that was the train. Wow. Okay. Anyway, a couple of the past podcasts were pretty interesting. I'm trying to think. They talk about that. Now I forgot it again. The contract thing. Ay, my brain. It just leaves me. Honor the contract. They talk about that quite a bit. And then they also talk about VA benefits and that. And I mean, I know some veterans have issues about dealing with the government. My dad's one of them, but I mean, we talked him into it, and as long as one of us kids goes with him, I think he's okay. But if he has to do it himself, yeah, it's just not going to happen. So that's why we try to make sure we go with him. And it can be overwhelming. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to admit it right now. When we first started going and doing these things, it does get overwhelming. Just like yesterday, I called. Well, the first place I called was called Community Care. And I talked to the lady and explained the things. And so she said you need to call your dad's provider and you go from there. So that wasn't yesterday. That was Thursday afternoon that I did that. And then yesterday I called the Hayes VA clinic. And yes, I will admit sometimes, I think only one time has it happened that when I called they answered the phone. Most times they don't answer their phone. You got to leave a message. And so I said, I need to talk to the nurse of such and such provider. And you give the veteran's name and his last four. And when I say last four, I mean his Social Security. Now, Dad said a long time ago they had separate numbers. They gave you like an Army number or something, and he says now you just use the last four of Social Security. And he said that's so much easier because, he knows his Social Security number. He said the other one, it was such a long number, and you had to memorize the whole thing, and yeah. So, which is understandable. I mean, because as you get older, you can't always remember things. And let me tell you, I'm learning to write things down as we go. And it's like, oh my gosh. So anyway, I put the call in yesterday morning. Then the guy called me back, and I don't know, my phone was right there, and somehow I missed the call. I don't know. And it made me so mad. So he left the message, so I listened to it. And I'm sorry again. But people, when you say your phone number and leave a message with your phone number, please say it slow. Oh my gosh, this guy rattled his number off, plus he had an extension. It's like, so I had to listen to this message, I feel like 20 times or more before I could get, took me a while to get the number. Luckily, the first three were 888, and then it went there. Then he gave his extension. Well, I don't know. Like I said, he said it so fast, I was having a hard time catching it. So I wrote down what I thought I had, then I called, then they say, well, if you know your party's extension, punch it in now. Okay, so you punch in the number, and it said, this is not the correct number. It's like, well, finally, the operator came on, and I told her what I was needing, and she says, oh, I think I know who you're needing. You're needing so-and-so at the Hayes VA Clinic. I said, yes, I'm trying to get a hold of the Hayes VA Clinic. So she says, can you give me your number? So if somehow we get disconnected, which I understand that can happen, she says, I'll just give them your number and I'll tell them to give you a call. And I said, sure. So I gave it. And then she connected, and it took a while. And then finally he answered, and it's like, oh my goodness. So yeah, sometimes I will admit it does get frustrating, but you just gotta say, it's all gonna work out. It will be fine. Because that's what I gotta tell myself. It's okay. It's all gonna work out. It will be fine. So, but it's just, like I said, it does get a little aggravating. And I wish the Veteran Administration, the big head honcho administration, would come out with, if not a booklet, a pamphlet of saying, just explaining things, breaking it down step by step. I think that would be so helpful. It's like, I know, I said a mouthful. But, sometimes you just have to. And sometimes you just have to help get the word out so people know. Because, we're learning as we go, guys. I'm just going to be honest. There's some things we don't know, and anymore I just learned either to call down to the Wichita VA when the operator answers. He says, how can I help you? I said, well, I really don't know. Let me give you the gist of it, and you tell me what I need to do. And the guy is always so politeful. I wish I could meet him and thank him for helping every time when I call down there, because yeah, he's really, really good at his job. But I don't know if I would ever be able to find that out or not. And Dad does have an appointment here in January. Oh, this past Monday, I had to have my teeth cleaned. Yeah. Oh my goodness, my teeth, my teeth. I thought I took care of them, but evidently I didn't take very good care of them because I still have more dental work to have done. Ugh, I just hate. So they cleaned my teeth, they talked to me and said, we got to get these things done. Luckily, the appointments were already all set up from the beginning of the year because they knew this is what was going to have to take place. So, and I really was hoping I would be able to go and have my carpal tunnel done on my left hand. But I don't know if it'll be next year or not. It'll just depend. So, yeah. But, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes in life. Well, and as I was saying, Dad has... So, I have one appointment the first week in January. I think it's Monday. And then the following week on a Tuesday, I have to go in, and it's a 2-hour procedure. So I just took the whole day off because I don't know how I'm going to feel when it's done. And it's like, and my dental appointment that I think it's the 13th. Then the 14th, I'm going to go with my brother and my dad down to Wichita for Dad's appointment. So it's like, first I was going to cancel, not go with them. But it's like, you know what? I need to. I need to be able to see if I can find out if I can talk to some people down there. So, yeah. But anyway, it's getting done. So the first appointment with my dentist, the appointment's in the morning, so I'll work in the afternoon. Then the next one, that's a 2 hours, so I took the whole day off. Then the last appointment with the dentist is just 2 hours. Or no, it's sorry, not a 2-hour thing. It's just something because I think they put the crown in, or I get a crown or something, and they said it should only take an hour or so. I'll be off in the morning and work in the afternoon. That's how it goes. It's like, goodness, I gotta remember so much right now. So what I do is on my planner, I put everything in. Then on the outside of the cover, I got sticky notes with if we got upcoming appointments between me and my dad. I was like, ugh. But, you gotta remember everything. Can't forget. And this Tuesday, I think it's Tuesday, unless my calendar isn't flipped up there. Yeah, it is. Tuesday, my brother and my dad have to go to Garden City because they have to recheck his eye. So it's like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's already an hour. Alright, I hate to cut this short, but I'm going to have to. Plus, I'm kind of rambling anyway. I have to get ready because I told my sister I'd be over by her between 10 and 11. So I think it's probably 9. I'm not sure. But it's, like I said, already an hour. So, with that being said, I'm going to say Merry Christmas. And wishing you all a wonderful Christmas day. Hopefully everything will be fantastic for you. And if you're by yourself, well, think of it this way. I'm thinking of you. Okay? You can watch my video then. Save it for Christmas Day if you're by yourself. That way you got something to do. Okay? And the rest of you, if you spend it with family, don't eat too much, because I know it can happen. You can overeat. And enjoy all the gifts that you get. Like I said, I don't buy any gifts for my family. It saves me. My sister the one that's married and has her two boys, they still buy gifts, but the rest of us pretty well don't. It's like, it's okay. We're with each other. That's the important thing. Okay, so with that being said, Merry Christmas, and I hope to see y'all next week, but I don't know. It'll just depend. Okay, bye for now. Love you from Kansas.